Hey everyone, and welcome to this Fundraise Explainer. We're going to talk about something that can literally make or break your fundraising, the donation form. You see, when a donor is ready to give, the last thing you want is for a clunky form to get in their way. So let's look at how to turn those forms from frustrating roadblocks into a totally smooth, seamless experience.
So let's just get right to it. Think about this for a second. Your donation form is that final, critical step in a donor's journey with you. It is the moment of truth. So is your form a welcoming gateway, or is it a frustrating dead end that's actually costing you donations? I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. It's a total balancing act, right? You need enough info to maximize the gift, but not so much that you scare a donor away. The stakes are definitely high, but don't worry, we're going to help you get it right.
All right, part one, the golden rules of donation form design. So before we even look at specific templates, let's just lay down some ground rules. These are the non-negotiables, the best practices that'll make a huge difference in your conversion rates.
Okay, first up, let's talk about a huge number, 50%. So what is that? Well, that's how much of your website traffic is probably coming from a mobile device. Just let that sink in. Half of your potential donors are looking at your site on their phone.
And that stat leads us to this really simple, really crucial point. If your form is a pain to use on a phone, you might as well not even have it. You're basically shutting the door on half your online donations. Now, the good news? Fundraise forms are automatically optimized for mobile, so you never even have to think about it.
Okay, another golden rule is to meet donors exactly where they are. That's the magic of what we call contextual giving. Just imagine, someone's reading this powerful story on your blog, they feel inspired, they click donate, and bam, the form pops up right there. No new pages, no interruptions. It keeps that momentum going straight into a gift.
And finally, our last golden rule, personalize the ask. One size does not fit all. This is where things get really cool. Using tech like Fundraise's fundraising intelligence, the form actually gets smarter. It can suggest different donation amounts based on a donor's past giving, what device they're on, or even the time of day. It's a smarter ask, and it gets better results.
Okay, part two. Spotlight on the standard form. Now that we've got the rules down, let's talk about the workhorse, the MVP of online fundraising, the standard donation form. This is your go-to, so getting it right is absolutely critical. So at its very core, every single standard form has got to have these four things. You need suggested gift amounts, you need an easy-peasy recurring gift option, you need the fields for their info, and of course, the payment method. These are the bare bones basics. But look, the basics are just, well, they're basic. That's the starting line. The real question is, how do we take this standard form and totally supercharge it to maximize every single donation that comes through? Here are three super simple, super effective ways to do just that. First, just ask donors to cover the transaction fees. You'd be surprised how many are happy to do it. Second, add a simple search tool so they can check for employer matching gifts. And third, let them dedicate the donation. Seriously, these are small tweaks that can make a huge difference. Okay, before we get to our next form type, we need to quickly clear something up. What exactly is a pledge? Well, unlike a direct donation that happens right now, a pledge is a promise to give later. Think of it this way. A donation is, I'm giving now, while a pledge is, I promise I'll give once a goal is met. You see these all the time in peer-to-peer campaigns. All right, on to part three, the pledge form. So now that we know what a pledge is, let's talk about the form you'd use for it. This is your go-to for things like a charity run, a walkathon, or any kind of personal fundraising campaign. So what makes this one so different? It all comes down to a simple truth. People give to people. The donor is usually there to support their friend or family member, so the form's focus shifts. It highlights the fundraiser's personal goal, it might let you donate per mile, and, this is important, it gives you a chance to draw that brand new supporter into your cause. Okay, so let's bring this all together. Build your best form. You know, the biggest takeaway here should be that there is no one-size-fits-all perfect donation form. It just doesn't exist. The right form always depends on the context of the ask. Having a toolbox of great templates makes all the difference.
At the end of the day, you really need to think of your donation form as your organization's digital welcome mat. It's often the very first transaction a supporter has with you, so you want to make sure it's clean, it's clear, it's branded, and most of all, that it's welcoming. And listen, we've only covered the standard and pledge forms today. This is really just scratching the surface. Our full guide actually dives into 10 different templates for things like mobile giving, data collection, and so much more.
So, the real question is, are you ready to stop losing donors to clunky forms and start building a truly exceptional giving experience? Are you ready to find the perfect fit for your next campaign?
Awesome. You can check out all 10 templates and get way more best practices in our complete guide. Just head over to fundraise.org to read the full blog post. We've dropped the link for you right there in the description. Thanks so much for tuning in.